Fama sessions is, I think, a bunch of artists coming together, exploring what they can do.
It's basically getting together with a bunch of great people, collaborating, the great excuse and initiative to make art.
I think Fama Sessions is an opportunity to do a lot of outrageous things, and I think for me, like in terms of this work, it's just been an opportunity to interact, have lots of new inputs into my practice.
It's a collective thing. People are doing their own things, but also suggesting what could look interesting. So if there is somebody else sitting next to you and he's obsessively working on something, you can't just sit around and not do anything. That energy is very contagious in some way.
Break away, you know? It's like the freedom, that mundane shit, there's nothing there.
It's everything we wanted. Yeah.
It was a place for us to be together and imagine things together and have fun, I guess.
It's just about getting ideas out there, and it's a celebration of ideas, and it's a celebration of people making things. I think Fama's just been really great in terms of, one, to put a lot of these artists in a completely new context, a new audience.
Neil asked me to get involved with this. He started writing the characters out, and as I read these characters, there were these images that popped up in my head, and I started scribbling them out and I started sketching them out. 3, 4 down the line, they started following each other in a certain way. As I started making them, I started figuring out the characters in scribbles. From the scribbles, I started putting them in clay. So it just kept building and building and building, from a very simple space to props getting added, to expressions getting added, features getting added, and that's how Ramona's 50th came about.
Paradise Horizons is my body of work about a cruise ship of adventurous retirees who got stranded on a deserted island in the Bermuda Triangle. They're all just sort of doing their own thing, surviving on this island. It's a little bit like Lord of the Flies mixed with Gilligan's Island, mixed with like the golden years sort of things. There's just so many weird old characters already, and you put them in that scenario and think what they might do. It's it's a pretty fun concept to work with. I just knew I wanted to risograph print, and the colors were super vibrant.
The artwork, too busy to see. It's in a public billboard, and it's something that people are seeing in their cars, in the traffic, in the of all the rickshaws, on the beach, and I think it's unexpected. It's talking about our lack of time, but more our concept of our lack of time. Our concept of being busy and wanting to always be busy. People driving past the billboard or walking past the billboard to have that capacity to stop and have a moment to think and ponder about whatever the hell this thing is, which is giant. Just throwing up something completely different in people's everyday, just that little switch up is what's really important for me.
We started on sketch, then we re-sketched, then we went to 3D, and then we split the thing to do the 3D mapping projection, and then we had to project that thing again into the wall, and then paint, then go the most really painting part, and then we reprojected the thing, and all of that with cables, and then we attached that pad, that crazy pad thing, and we were able to control the different parts of it. And that was the first time we did this, and it already worked super cool.
I always like paint jazz because there's enough drama and sorrow around, right? So what was done here is that particular moment when something really joyful or what they were waiting for has happened, and that moment is what I tried to get in there.
I knew it's going to be a different reaction when somebody saw just the figure in isolation, and then you read who they are, and that gives you a completely different image, and then you look back at this figure and it has a completely different meaning, and that's what I could see when people were walking around and looking at the work. So they would look at the characters, they'd read a little bit and then have a smile, and I would know exactly what they're reading at that point of time. It was a journey for the figures, and I think it was a brilliant journey for me as well.
It really was an artwork made by a lot of people, and I just happened to be the person that was kind of orchestrating it. I think art's just about seeing things and a reaction. So if you have a reaction to something, whether it be negative or positive, I think the artwork is doing something good, and it was definitely having a really positive reaction to the people in that space.
We had no clue how to achieve this. It was the first time, but I guess...
But we didn't tell anyone, right? That's important.
But we do it all our projects, that we approach it stupidly together and figure out over time how to do it. And that was one of the things that we had a feeling that we could pull it through.
My grandmom was pretty much my highlight for Ramona's 50th. The exhibition, she flew down from Bangalore. She's close to 90. That one thing that grandmom could make it for the exhibition, I think makes it worth for me. I wasn't going to do this exhibition on my own because Fama was doing this whole exhibition and there were so many artists involved. People I didn't know, I'd seen their work, very interesting work. This was the perfect opportunity and I jumped in to see how it goes.
I felt super at home. The people, the smells, the weather, the food, the places we've seen, you know, like super cool, man.
Yeah, India's been amazing. Mumbai was completely new for me. I hadn't really been in a city like that. It was just sort of like a bit like organized chaos, just so much stuff happening, but it works. And you know, food, you know, it's been amazing. And just seeing there's so much to the culture, you know.
Well, my samosa count is not looking too good actually. Like I feel like I've only had 4 or 5. My best one was in Goa, so we've got to go back there.
The fact that I could pull off this entire thing from start to finish within this given point of time, it tells me that I can push and do it. So this is awesome and it's very addictive, and I know the amount that is there to be explored ahead.
Just getting together with other artists and spending time together, you know, and sharing experiences and connecting and exposing different point of views on things. Yeah, it's been amazing.
They're brilliant artists. They're awesome. They're all so different. Their thought process and the amount of work that they have done. And here are a whole lot of people. You try and not let them down, right? You don't want to have a hopeless contribution into a collective. In a way, everybody tries and pushes it. If it's a collective, everybody's trying to push everything up.
Doing is actually the only thing that matters, because by doing it, you're gonna understand what you have to do. Actually, even if you do something that is completely wrong, just by correcting it, you're already closer to the right track, you know.
Well, it's a wonderful experience, you know. In these 2 days, we have collaborated and decided to do a lot of work together, and in different streams which otherwise I would have never thought of. But then there's a different dimension coming, and a different culture, different view altogether. You know? As long as you are open to all this, you feel good.
I guess somehow together we learn just to also relax and enjoy the process of learning together and making mistakes together.
So I love advertising. You can hire me under www. Guys, don't worry, they'll help you.
So Fama could be frequently, awkwardly making art.
Flaming algae, mastering astrophysics.
Fried asparagus, motherly angst.
I have one that is find amateurs and move it around.
I can't think of any.
Funny apples, making apple pies.
Maybe when I get it, I'll tell you.
Fun, animalistic, mutated assholes, which isn't really that family friendly. Yeah, should I keep going?
Fake art, make alcohol.
3 of them.
Family friendly farmers.
Frustrated apes mimicking astronauts.
So blank.